What is up, YouTube? That's you today. I'm back for more Pokemon VGC 2023 Regulation E ranked battles, and today we're busting out a team that uses Galarian Choice Scarf Zapdos. Right? Choice Scarf, Galarian, Zapdos. The question is, do you guys like the Galarian Legendary Birds more or the Kanto Legendary Birds more? Today's team features a Galar Zapdos, which I think is actually a really cool mon. We were featuring a Staraptor recently, and I just think that like these Scarf birds are actually really good at checking Landos. Like the Staraptor did a good job of being like a pseudo Lando, and this is like the anti-Lando. If they come in and intimidate you, you're able to fire back with that big Defiant proc. We also have a Poison Tera Roaring Moon, we have an Imprisoned Farigiraf, and then we have like an Amoonguss Melodic and a Thunderous Therian Core. I think it's actually a really cool team. This team is submitted by one of my Patreons, and they wanted my feedback on it. And so over the course of these games, I'm going to play some. I'm going to let him and everyone else watching know what I think. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this where I give like my thoughts on how I would critique these teams while I'm playing them. I'll definitely do my best to make more if you guys want to see it. My initial thoughts are there's not a lot of protects on this team. Yes, the Thundurus has Protect, which is Prankster boosted, and the Roaring has Protect, which is great. You need Protect on your Tailwind setters, I really like that, but the Amoonguss doesn't need both Pollen Puff and Clear Smog. The Melodic being AV, it can't protect. The Farigiraf is an Imprisoned set, it can't really protect. The Zapdos' Scarf, it can't really protect. So that being said, if you don't have like a huge amount of just like win the game right now energy, which is also really hard to get because we don't have Intimidate, we don't have Fake Out. Yes, we have limited forms of redirection, but that's hard to make work without Protect. You kind of just can't ever regain that board state because we can't go like, for example, let's just take a look at this. Like Icy Wind Melodic, that seems really good, but the value in Icy Wind is that you protect with your teammate and you Icy Wind. If we don't have Protect on a lot of teammates, the value is really lost. And the only mons that we'd really be even enabling would be something like the Zapdos, right? The Zapdos is like our only real carry mon since Roaring Moon's more of a support mon with Breaking Swipe. So that being said, if Galarian Zapdos doesn't get like all of our KOs, we're really hard pressed to like make Melodic and Roaring Moon do a lot of the work, and like there's things like Flutter in the meta so popular, things like Rilla in the meta so popular. It really just it makes the matchups, I would say, on paper look a lot harder. So those are my initial thoughts on the team before we get into any games, but hopefully I just win every game and this team's like the best thing I've ever seen. So I'm going to do my absolute best to be positive and think about the good things this team has to offer, and other than that, let's hop right in these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, this sort of matchup's like really hard because we have Tailwind, right? We have Tailwind, but they have all their mons check the Roaring Moon, so it's like we can't set Tailwind because we don't have Fake Out to help enable it. And then like from there, even if we get up the Tailwind, we have slow, actually still slow. Yes, it's fast, but it's scarfed, and it's like, and then like it doesn't help with Tailwind. So like our best play here would be something like, oh, this is just so shit. Like redirection, Tailwind, lose Amoonguss turn 1, bring out a Scarfmon with like maybe this in the back. I hate that. It's so hard. All right, yeah, we gotta go Melodic. Yeah, I mean, Melodic's not even that good. But do you see like how hard it is? Like we're really dancing between like, yes, we want to Imprison, yes, we want to set Tailwind, but like we don't even win when the Tailwind goes up. That's the thing, is like when you see like our opponents, for example, they set Tailwind and they like crush you with like Flutter, with Urshi, high speed tiers, tons of damage. We don't have anything that capitalizes on that. So we're soaking in Intimidate. We're gonna have to waste our Tera just to even get up a Tailwind, and like, I hate it. You can totally pull the trigger and Tera Blast this Amoonguss if you want. There's their Tera, or sorry, their booster. Probably gonna be speed, right? Special attack. Oh, that's weird. That's wrong. So that means I don't actually need to Tera now. Cool, that works for me. I'm just going to then, oh, and we can't protect, right? So we can't protect bait. So like you never need to have both Pollen Puff and Clear Smog. It's just 2 tech. That being said, what's our Tera here? We have Water. You Spore there. God, this is so bad. I can't even fucking look, bro. I mean, you have to do this, right? So they're gonna go Tera. Yep, they're trying their best to delete the Amoonguss. I don't know if they can delete it though. We also have like no Intimidates, we have no screens. Yes, we have Redirection, but it's on a Mon without Protect, so reality that isn't necessarily Redirection. because like we can't force them to respect it by having Protect. So it's just really hard right here. Like we're exuding our Tera just to be able to maybe play the game, and we're gonna be losing them on this turn. Straight up, we should be losing them on this turn. At least one Mon. So Tailwind does go up, which means we are going to be able to bring our Zapdos out and be a bully, but let's see what else happens. Tera Blast into the Amoonguss, right? Yep. Let's see if they double into the Amoonguss. D-Gun, awesome. Cool. We wanted the Roman to die. It was at -1. We're going to Spore the Lando. We're going to be able to bring out a Bully Mon here. I think who we want to... And so you see, this is what I was talking about. When you get up that Tailwind, you want actually like at least 2 Mons that can capitalize. Because right now it's like this doesn't capitalize on anything. We have to go this. And like I'm going to try and Oko this Flutter, but it's not going to work. It will not work. We will not be able to kill this Flutter this turn. If we have Protects and other things like that, maybe we could do it, but like it doesn't work. So we're going to try. We're trying out here. I guess I could just U-turn the Flutter. Let me think about this. Then we just soak D-Wing for like no reason on all these other Mons. Our best play is to try and Oko this Flutter, who is bulky. We are Adamant Zapdos. I mean, that's my only thing that I can like maybe think of, is that like the fact that we have Adamant Zapdos, like maybe we Oko. 120 base, survey says. Oh my god, we take those. I mean, I had to do it, right? Do you see like how exposed I have to be? Like they showed special attack boost. They could have had so much in bulk. We had to play very, very, very risky there. That being said, we do have Tailwind up. We do have a somewhat commanding board state. I wouldn't necessarily say we're in like an amazing position because we still had to blow our Tera, but like, do you see how risky we've had to play every one of these turns? I don't think there was like a better way to do it, right? Because we don't have that many Mons to like become dive buddies. I think that's probably Mystic Water. So that being said, I don't think there's an issue with over-respecting it, but like, if I was them in this exact case scenario, I would be, well, do we need to Icy Wind? We don't need to Icy Wind. I would be protecting, detecting, to try to wish for sleep turns. Pivot out the Lando, okay. Who is this? Is this Heatran? No, Heatran, Shenpao. Shenpao is just dead. Are they still detecting? Are they not detecting? Like, you don't have to detect. We win. I mean, you have to detect if you were making the play that I talked about, where you stay with your Lando and try and fish for waking up turns. But Milotic should be able to get this, I think. Let's go. Cool. Shenpao done, so they're going to activate our competitive and our Defiant. You can't pivot out your Lando like that, buddy. You can't do it. Yes, you are going to have access to Aqua Jet here, but... oh man, I think I Oko your Lando here. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Defiant D's boys. Is the last turn Tailwind? Oh my gosh, we should not have won this one. But like, it's very, very all in to have to do this. And if this is your play style, like, you pop off. But oh my gosh, like we had to play so risky. We had to play Fodder Mons and Tera just to be able to get into a turn 2 where we had to still make 3 like hard reads. Like, oh dude, it's just dicey. There's still fastness after Tailwind. That's what I mean. Like, you need at least 2 Mons that can like actually capitalize on the fact that like you have this speed control. And again, the only reason I'm being like this harsh is because, you know, this team was posted in the Patreon tab of my Discord and they wanted feedback. Like, I'll read the actual thing that they have here. They said, I made a team with some changes after playing it in Master Ball. I won't say it's very good, but I liked playing it. I think it's cool. I just think that like Thundurus really clashes with the Farigiraf, clashes with the Amoonguss. Melodic's cool, but it doesn't really add the support that like a Roaring Wind and Zapdos would need. Yes, the defensive typings for this team is fine, but it doesn't have the speed control that it needs. It doesn't have the speed tiers more than anything else that it needs. And you know, we're gonna play some more games with it. If I were to suggest anything, I don't know if you need Thundy. I don't know if you need Amoonguss. I don't know if you need Melodic. I think Farigiraf's cool. I think Zapdos is cool. Zapdos and Roaring Wind is very good. With like a good solid defensive pivot, but you could use like a Heatran there and be fine. So you can go like Zapdos, Roaring Moon, Heatran, Hands, like Flutter, Torn, and have just as much like of a good matchup against things. So that's just my opinion. We're gonna go into one more game, or at least 2, maybe 3. Let's see how many games it takes for us to fully understand how this team works. Okay, hard Trick Room with Ursaluna. We can imprison the Hyper Voice on Ursaluna with our Farigiraf. Don't necessarily think that that's super good. I'm going to lead Amoonguss, actually. I think Amoonguss is what you want to be leading into this Trick Room stuff. Because you can just Spore the Amoonguss. And then, like, if they want to go with something else, like, you can always just be, like... I think these two are good, because you can knock off the Dusclops. You can Spore its teammate. If they want to protect the next turn, like, you're still in Amoonguss, you just Spore them. You don't actually need to imprison. This is what I mean. Like, you don't need Amoonguss and Farigiraf in a lot of situations. Just because, like, Amoonguss would solve most Trick Rooms. That being said, they have a Snorlax, and Snorlax, if it gets going, is very, very, very dicey. Is there any situation... I don't think Thundy is good here. I think you have to bring Farigiraf, though, just to be able to outvalue hands, which is awkward. And then I'm going to bring Zapdos. We have Fire Tera here. I don't know how valuable that is, but Zapdos, we already saw in the last game, is like our team's only, standard way of dealing damage. One really cool thing I like about this team, though, is the Amoonguss with, like, Roaring Moon. Being able to, like, Spore things, swap in for defensive typings, and, like, swap in for, like, weakness like Fairy and stuff like that, and then being able to Spore things, and then side Pollen Puff our Roaring Moon that has Breaking Swipe. That's actually kind of nice. I really do like the Amoonguss for that. So, they're probably going to be trying to Trick Room with the Sinistcha, and I think that's completely fine. Pop off King. There's nothing saying that you can't do that. We're just going to do our absolute best to try to disincentivize the rest of your mounts from doing anything after that. So we're going to be going for like a Spore into this hands. You can fake out these slots. I don't really care. So Spore comes in right here. We'll try a knockoff. You can even Breaking Swipe here. I'll knock off though. It's fine. You fake out in the room anyways. And again, you don't want to use your Protect here because you want to be able to protect next turn and do stuff. I want to see if this also forces a Tera out of that Sinistcha. Looks like no. So remember, this Iron Hand is also going to be... Hopefully it's not Safety Goggle's hands, right? Okay, but again, them going for that fake out there as opposed to just like doing like a Drain Punch or literally anything else or whatever means that they haven't even started their sleep turns yet. So we have the maximum amount of turns to do stuff with. Now, if I was the opponent and this Iron Hands hasn't even started doing anything, I would just swap out hands. So I'm going to Spore that slot again and just knock off. This is going to be value. This means you're either swapping out Sinistcha and losing your item, or you're swapping in hands on a Spore. Amoonguss is a big bully here. You can Tera. You can do whatever you want. I really don't care. And if you Terastallize your Machagachamon, next turn I'm just going to Spore that, unless you go Grass Tera. Fire, absolutely fine. I don't think Amoonguss really cares about this. It's crazy though they didn't swap out that hands. Like, that's kind of nuts. So Spore, blocked, obviously. Yep. The real play would be to Spore that same slot again, bro. Awesome. Strength Zap's totally fine. Note that we didn't... It's not even about dealing damage here. They didn't even take damage the first turn. Cool. Rowan's attack drops. We don't really care. We're just here to get rid of items. So let's see what item we're getting rid of. Maybe Sitrus? Lefties. Wow, that's really good. Cool. So we can just Spore here. Now, they might wake up. This is a greedy play to do this. We should be Breaking Swiping, I think. I think I will actually Breaking Swipe. If they wake up here and Drain Punch my Roaring Moon, I'm kind of sad. I'm going to do one of these. Because they could wake up this turn. I really hope they don't. I would really like to get that -1 attack on that Iron Hands. Because I think Iron Hands is like very manageable if you get one Intimidate or -1 attacks that onto it. And I would like to knock off its vest, but I think we're okay. So let's see. They're in a bit of a pin here. They might just protect the Sinistcha. They are pivoting out the hands. That's great. I don't care. Whatever comes in, getting that -1. Amoonguss is still going to underspeed them, so we can just Spore them next turn. They already used their Tera. This is great. But remember, we did talk about going for like another Spore into that same hand slot. So it is what it is. You can see how our opponent is playing Trick Room, and we're just like, I don't care. Now, I understand, you're probably thinking like, well, the reason why we have the Imprisoned Farigiraf is for like into the Armourouge, and like that is probably a much better matchup for the Farigiraf than the Amoonguss. But like, you could also just make your Amoonguss like Dark Tera and be like, bro, I don't care, right? And just always have a good matchup into like those sort of things. So that being said, I think we're just gonna Spore here. I wonder what they tried to do here. Because I can actually just stay in here now. I'm at -1. I'm gonna knock off the Ursaluna, I think. Because like we can just do whatever we want. Protect's completely fine. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna vibe out here. Your Sinistcha could wake up this turn, but it's not. And even if it does, what's it going to do? Strength Sap? Dude, I really don't care. Amoonguss is busted. Alright. Knockoff fails. And we're just going to do the exact same play. I'm actually going to knock off and Spore that slot. If you want to swap back in your hands, cool. It swaps in and loses its item. This is the last turn Trick Room. And if you lose your Vest, Melota becomes just a much better Vertmon to you. They do get the Wake Up. Is that Protect? Rage Powder. You know what you can't Rage Powder? You know what you can't use Rage Powder on? I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Spore. I'm a Grass type. So, good night, good fight. Last turn of Trick Room. We're in a great spot. We are in a great spot. And then what I think I'm going to do next turn is pivot in the Zapdos. They're going to go for a Strength Sap. I might actually, I'll pivot in Melodic. I think that's fine. And I'll get a competitive proc. So we're going to Spore here. Pivot in. Oh, we didn't bring it. I'll bring in Zapdos then. That's fine. And then this will just give me a Defiant proc. Cool. Hey, they can get a big heal. I don't care. We just want these, this value. And they could try and Trick Room again, but then Trick Room is a -7 priority, so, like, we're going to be able to get it. There's the Strength Sap. Yeah, let's go, let's go. They're like, oh, no, my attack stat. It's lowered. And it's like, well, I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you. I go all the way up. That's a +1 boost. And then they're asleep, which means they can't Rage Powder next turn, which means when I just want to go with probably close combat, the Ursaluna will get KO'd. I can swap up my Amoonguss if I feel like it. It's the best play here. My chat just went away. That was really weird. Everything's asleep on their team. We don't really have to do anything. I'm just going to swap in Farigiraf then to be able to start picking off that hands, and we're just going to get the Ursaluna off the board. Where'd my chat go? I have to repost my question of the day. It's still there. That was just really weird. Yo, the question of the day, what's better? What are better, the Kanto birds or the, what is it, the Galar birds? You know, the Galar birds are pretty good. I think they're all actually really good. I really like Kanto Moltres. There's the hands. Don't really care about that guy. Everything's asleep over here. And CC baby, that's a +1 and done. Now, hands can wake up this turn. But I don't really think I care. So let's see what they're going to do. I think we're probably just going to close combat. I think you would close combat the hand slot. Because the Sinistcha has to be... Oh, it's this guy. Cool, we'll just kill it. Dude, we could just click Imprison. I will actually click the Imprison. Or no, this is fine. It is them who is wrong. Dude, let's go. Big damage out here. Big damage. Let's go. And that's game. We might just OHKO with the Zapdos. I'm doing this just in case they have, like, a pinch berry. Maybe we leave them at, like, 10-15% and they pinch berry us. I still want to be able to make sure we can KO with Hyper Voice. Okay, yeah, I was just making sure. You could have been full HP, like, bold defense investment, and I didn't want to mess with it. Hand should still be asleep anyway. It's not like they can fake out or anything. Because we have our own Farigiraf. And then Hyper Voice is going to give us a Throat Spray proc. Next turn, we just double into Iron Hands. And we're good to go. Psychic plus that should get it. And like I said, I think Sinistcha has to be asleep. So, yeah, we're doing a good job here. But yeah, I think these Trick Room teams are pretty easy to beat. We have a lot of tech to beat Trick Room, and I don't think we have to dedicate so many resources. But that's just my opinion. We can just Psychic here. And we're stuck using that. So, we're stuck using Close Combat. I had to go down one more. CC baby. This should be able to get the KO on the hands. Battle was canceled, and we take those wins all the way to the bank. Yo, Galar Zapdos doing that big damage. That's what we like to see. Dozo Tatsu. Alright, I mean, we have Amoonguss. There's also Entity Armourouge, and there's like big 2-2 comp vibes from our opponent here. I do not mind Thundy as a lead here, but like, Thundy's like really awkward against Entity Armourouge. I think that these are probably my better options here. You could also think about like, let's realistically look at this. I like Thundy here. I'm going to go Thundy and Roaring Moon. I think that these are solid enough leads with the pivot in of the Amoonguss. And then Zapdos is a really weird sell here where I don't think that you need Zapdos. So I'm going to go Melodic. I don't think that you necessarily need Farigiraf here either. Yes, it blocks like Aqua Jets from the Basculegion, but like, and it blocks the Last Respects from the Basculegion too, but I think the Melodic's probably just a little bit better. There's not a lot of stat drops they have, so we would never really get a Defiant proc either way. And I think against a team like this, I feel like Zapdos at best in these situations could go like 1-for-1 versus like Melodic with the usefulness of like Amoonguss being able to like side Pollen Puff on both the Melodic and the Roaring Moon. We might be able to have like a little bit longer game, and we would probably do a better job of like walling Basculegion with the Melodic, I think. So let's go into this one. I wonder if they will be using their Dozo. This is Clear Smog Amoonguss. The thing about Clear Smog Amoonguss, though, right? The reason why I don't think you need Clear Smog Amoonguss is because like 90% of the time the Dozo's not going to be grass. And when it is, when it is grass, that sucks, right? But like you could just Spore the Dozo, and then that does 90% of the job that Clear Smog would do. Because like over those next 3 turns, 2 to 3 turns, sorry, you're going to probably just be able to kill him anyways. So that being said, this is a pretty good board state for me. I think we actually want to just... We could just Protect. We could Thunder Wave. We could Scary Face. There's so many different things we could do here. I think I'm going to Protect here. And... Are you Tailwinding? No way. No freaking way. I'm going to double Protect. Yeah, I'm going to double Protect. I want to see what the 50-50 is here. There's no way in hell you're clicking Tailwind first this board. Just lose your Pelipper, throw it in the garbage. I want to see if they're wide guarding. Show me your Tatsu, and then I'll show you what I feel like doing. Remember back in the day when Dozo wasn't nerfed, and like you would get the order up boost when things protected? This would not be a good play back then, because they're probably order upping the Roaring Moon. But that being said, they're probably not order upping... Well, I mean, even if they order up the Roaring Moon, it doesn't matter this turn. Cool, and so we're probably just going to chill, swap in the Amoonguss, go for like breaking swipes, things like that, and just be good to go. So the fact that we got them to actually show their full Dozo hand, and they're going Tera, yo. Are they going like Fairy Tera? Like, dude, they're going all in this turn. I don't even think it's possible to go more all in. And they do have the grass. That means it looks like we already near Clear Smog. This bro just woke up and chose all of it. Do you think he has the Clear Amulet? If he has the Clear Amulet, he stops the Spore and the Clear Smog, dude. Body press. Okay. Alright. I could Thunder Wave still here. I don't think there's a problem with that. Don't think we need a Scary Face. I think what I'm gonna do is actually just swap in Amoonguss here. Sorry, Tera, is that like poison? That's fair. I'm gonna knock off here. Or should I be breaking swiping first? I think I'm just going to go for the knockoff, bro. Like, I'm knockoffing this Clear Amulet, bro. I know that you got it. And I ain't going to just let you have the Clear Smog Grass Tera against me, bro. I don't need open team sheet. I see what you're working on over here. Nah, it's probably not even Clear Amulet. It's probably just lefties. Which, like, I'm fine knocking off lefties. This is a defense boosting Tatsu, though. So we gotta watch out for this. Watch, he's gonna like Fisher my freaking Amoonguss on the swap in. Knock off, here we go. Knock off. Chesto. Good thing we didn't do that. Oh, Surf. Not bad. It's actually kind of cool tech. I mean, look at what happened to my Roaring Moon. I Trasdodged away from that. Ow. Alright, we're just gonna Protect here. Dude, this Dozo, man, he's out here. He has a Surf Dozo? Hello? Dude, what do you got? Like freaking acrobatics too? Lose your Chesto Berry from the knockoff? Hey, cool. We're gonna get the good old-fashioned clearing of the stats. And yeah, this Surf does a lot. Ow! Ouchies. Oh, now you're sad. I'd be sad too. It's super effective damage. All status changes eliminated. Look at this Dozo. Look at this guy. Oh, look at this little guy over here. This is rain boosted. He had Chesto, dude. That's nuts. I think realistically, I could probably afford to double swap. Doesn't really matter what slot, really. If you want to body press, you can. If you want to order up, you can. We need to get the Regenerator procs on our Amoonguss. I think that's the big thing here. Surf shouldn't be doing that much damage to our Thundurus. Hey, look, I called it Thundurus instead of Tornadus for once, which is what its name is. They're all Torns. All the genies are Torns when they're in that form. Let's see how much damage they actually do here. And maybe Sitrus range? Oh, almost in a Sitrus range. Cool. Don't high roll that. Don't do it. I'm going to go for just Protect. I see no reason not to. We're trying to wait out the rain. And we could actually even Icy Wind if we feel like it, but I think we can just go for a good old-fashioned Ice Beam. Good old-fashioned priority Prankster Protect. Look at this. Ice Beam with this big damage. Survey says, oh my gosh, dude, the Dozo is so dead. Tera Blast. Oh, dude, they have Tera Blast. They have Surf. They have Body Press. Like, this Dozo has everything. This guy literally woke up and said, like, because I want it all. I want it all. We're going to Icy Wind and make the Tatsu drop. Just remember, this is a guaranteed hit on the Dozo slot in the rain. TY, my guy. Be able to finish off that Dozo with a big Wild Bolt here. And Icy Wind, I think, is better. We're not going to be able to get an Oko on the Tatsu. But we are going to be able to go for an Icy Wind and make it so Scarf Tatsu is going to be a little bit too slow next turn. Probably. Right? We don't know what the item on the Tatsu is yet. But they can bring that Pelipper out. Ain't no one saying that they can't. Who do we want to go after? Again, I'm still a big fan of, like, Eerie Impulse, Torn. Damn it, I did it again. Thundy. Let's see what they want to do. Pelipper wouldn't be coming out this turn, would it? Because it's the last turn of rain. So, like, if they have Basquegian in the back, they should bring it out right now. Yep, cool, cool. And I'm just going to Thunder Wave it, I think. Or, let me actually think about this. I'm going to Thunder Wave it. I think we end up losing tempo and value in that, but I feel like this is the way. And then it's within range for... Yeah, oh, God, they went for it. We hold, though. Sitrus Berry. Dude, they went for the Aqua Jet. Life Orb Rain Boosted Aqua Jet. And I don't even care, bro. Cool. That's a good play. They tried to stop us from going for Prankster. Actually, I can respect that play. That's good. That's nice stuff. I mean, we have a full HP, like, defense Torn. I think we have, like, 180 points in defense. So, like, that's how I would run Torn as well. I don't have any things I would want to say about that. But good stuff. Good damage on Tatsu. I don't really care if they want to click Muddy Water. I don't really care if they want to click Draco. But now that Basquegian is slow enough to be, like, Roaring Moon gimped. Muddy Water can miss. Never lucky. Oof. Alright, so let's actually think about the play here. I think the right play here is actually Amoonguss. And we just go Amoonguss. I think we just Spore the Tatsu, because that would stop... Oh! It's still raining. This is, yeah, for some reason I didn't even think about that. I'm just going to go for the Pollen Puff then on my Melodic, and probably just, Ice Beam Tatsu. Yeah, big para. We take those. Melodic getting that big heal. Now, we don't really want to KO anything right now. I don't want to KO this Tatsu. I want to get low enough to where, yeah, the one more will kill it. Muddy Water's absolutely fine. Don't miss, bro. Don't hit my Melodic or my Amoonguss accuracy. Oh, you don't do that either. Don't activate my competitive ability. I'm trying to help you out here, buddy. Side Pollen Puff. Well, we're getting big. We're getting big. And now that the rain's gone, I think we're in a great spot. Because now we're going to Spore that Tatsu. Or we could just swap back out. I don't need this guy for, like, anything. I'll actually take the Regenerator proc. We have a Regenerator, right? Just making sure. Cool. And I'm going to go for the... Yeah, let's just Scald the Basquegian, who's paralyzed. We can't burn it, but we know they're bringing in Pelipper. Thank you for the Rain Boost. We appreciate you. And I thought about Sporing that Pelipper, but, like, I think that they're probably even going after that Amoonguss slot. Now, I'll take my Regenerator procs. Here we go. The Sleepy. Well, we did not get Spored this game. Sleep D's, bro. Oh my gosh, that damage, dude, that's nuts. And then another full parry. We take these. Why? I used Thunder Wave because I wanted to paralyze them. This will probably KO. It's fine. You're not going to wide guard. You going to try and protect, bro? Good luck. Oh, they tried to protect, bro. They might have tried to Aqua Jet. Break Pelipper Sash. We Scalded just in case. I didn't know if Icy wouldn't be able to break the Basquegian. The Rain Boost is actually really, really important here. Let's see what Pelipper's doing here. Survey says Hurricane into the Roaring Moon. Now remember, our Modic does have an accuracy drop. We are an inaccurate little guy right now. So let's see what's happening here. Survey says the Big Scald. And we do hit Big Scald. Or do Pelipper, man. No, not like this, Pelipper. Pelipper goes down for the count, and looks like we are going to be able to take this one. So we used all the Mons on the team, and it's really hard to say what I think should be done about this team, because I feel like this team's trying to play the game in like a different way than most people. Most people would pick their 1 to 2 Mons they're trying to win with, and then from there add support Mons that can enable them. With this team, though, we have like the 1 Mon we want to win with, and then like 5 Mons that we can use as like pivots that kind of help. And so when that 1 Mon either can't be used, like it couldn't be used in this game, or gets pinned, we don't really have the right amount of damage to like follow up and be bullies in those situations. I'm trying to think of what we need to do here. Probably just go for Spore and then more Pollen Puffs. You could still have, this person can still totally win. I can just miss moves on my Melodic forever, but case in point right there. I wonder if their Goggles Tatsu, we're gonna be able to see right here. Let's see it. Survey says you got Goggles Tatsu. Ooh, look at that damage. Ow. Crit my Amoonguss, never lucky. Another accuracy drop. Do not like this. If they're safety goggles here, I'm actually afraid for my life. Okay, thank God. You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh. Alright. Because like, oh my gosh, that would have been kind of dicey. I would have to clear Smog my Melodic to like get rid of those stat drops. That's why I'm just gonna Pollen Puff and win the game this way. But yeah, I do think this team does a lot of things right. It's just that I feel like it needs one more dive partner, and I don't feel you need both Amoonguss and the Farigiraf. I would cut the Farigiraf for like a second Pokemon that can be used in conjunction with the Galarian Zapdos. Maybe something like a Landorus. That way you can still go for like Earthquakes. You could have that Intimidate. You could mitigate damage. You turn out, bring in your Amoonguss, redirect from there, swap out the Amoonguss, get a Regenerator proc, get a second Intimidate. You can just elongate the game a little bit more. I feel like most of the things that you want to stop with Amoonguss, you could use Farigiraf and vice versa. You just gotta pick one to use. I think the Amoonguss is the better pick. But that being said, the EV spreads on the Mons here, the movesets that are here, I would like to see Protect in the Amoonguss over the Clear Smog. Yes, we did use Clear Smog in this game, but you know, I think we would have probably been fine in most situations otherwise. That being said, let's go take a look at the rental code just one more time to like make sure that we got everything. And if you guys want me to do a Patreon team fixing, let me know. I try and do them once a month. Right now I'm trying to take this month to be just like a little bit more serious. But if you guys want to see me do a Patreon team fixing where I use your teams like this, maybe I'll look at your EVs and your Pokebase a little bit more and tell you what I think, I can definitely work on something like that in the future. So yeah, I feel like the Melodic also is like super passive, and in a meta dominated by like Iron Hands, I feel it's really hard to utilize Melodic correctly. So yeah, and we talked about a little bit about that. I feel like you're trying to feature your Zapdos and you're trying to feature your Melodic, but like they don't have like enough synergy together. Even if you get up the Tailwind with your Roaring Moon, your Melodic's still going to be out like under speeding things, because when you get up a Tailwind and they get up a Tailwind, if they're enabling like Urshifus, Flutters, Chi-Yus, Scarflandos, and you're enabling like Farigiraf, Amoonguss, Melodic, Thundurus with no investment in speed, you're not like really trading Tailwind. So like when they get up that speed control, you kind of just can fall over because we don't really have Protect on a lot of these Mons. So I would keep the Zapdos. I would think about keeping the Roaring Moon. I would keep the Amoonguss, and then from there like the Farigiraf, Melodic, Thundurus, I turn those into like Flutters, Urshis, Torns, Shenpaus, Dragonites, Arcanines, Rillabooms, Heatrans. All of those Pokemon that I just listed would go very well in those spots. I think a Heatran could still go very well in this team, especially as like a good Amoonguss partner. What are they going to do? Hit us with like a fighting attack on our Heatran, swap in Amoonguss. What are they going to do? Hit us with a ground attack, swap in your Zapdos. What are they going to do? Hit us with a water attack, swap in your Roaring Moon, swap in your Amoonguss. So I think Heatran could go very well here. From there, you know, this is just a fun team to use. There's not ever actually anything even wrong with this team. It's just like, you got to play it really correctly. And then from there, you still barely get those wins. But that being said, it does have all the tech required to win. And yeah, it's a pretty cool team. Thank you for letting me use it. Let me know if you guys want to see me do more team reviews like this, where I give like my thoughts on a team in addition to using it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.